Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'll be introducing C++ CLI for beginners. So, I'll be going through like a project, small project called Student Manager, but on a console application. So, I'll just be doing a working system that will be able of aiding student, displaying student, searching students. Yeah, I'll be utilizing a ref class and also GC new and also dynamic array for .NET, which is list. Yeah, and managed strings and loops. Yeah, okay. Let's try to do the work. Okay, you open your visual visual studio. So you create a new project, and you'll be using a CLR console app. From there you do next. Okay, it's a student student manager. Yeah, manager CLI is a console. Okay, and then from there you choose your destination. Mine, I'm cool here. Then you make sure it's .NET framework, and you make sure you place your solution and project in the same directory. Boom. Then I create. Okay, let's wait for it to create. Okay, what I'll be tackling first, I'll be creating a class, a ref class called student. So what I'll do, this is how it looks like. Our main. Okay, good. I'll be creating a class. Come here to my solution, my project, right click and add a class. My class will be called student. Yeah. So it's gonna be a managed class. So, because we are busy with the .NET CLI, okay, it's gonna be called student. Good practice. Start with a capital letter. Yeah, it's really a good practice. Okay, once you write student, it's gonna create a CPP called student and then a header called student. Good is a managed. So I'm good. Then I can click OK. Then from there I'll be having my class. There is okay. Then be using namespace or system. Yeah, for the CLI using namespace system, and then from there I'll be coming to private to get my private members. So what will I be having? I'll be having ID, name, and course. Just short thing. Okay, ID gonna be an integer. Name gonna be a string with a handler. If you want to create a string, you make a handler there. Name, and then the course gonna be a string also. A handler course. So I assume that now you know how to declare a variable of type integer, type string on managed C++. So what else can I be doing? just go and get my public members. First I'll be having a constructor always have same name as a class, and I'll be having an overloaded constructor. Difference between a constructor and overloaded constructor is just that an overloaded has parameters which gonna be int, it's gonna be corresponding to the ID. Let me just do ID O from overloaded constructor. Then I'll be having a string which gonna be name O, so that you can get a difference. And then I'll be having a string also, of course. Always don't forget a handler called cos O for cos O for the overloaded thing. I'm just declaring a class I'll implement later. So, and I'll be having a function of displaying. Can we have gators or what? But I don't think it's needed now. But it's okay. I'll do that. Function called display that will be display an ID, name of the student, and the course, something like that. Yeah, you can do gators and satyrs, yeah, the way you feel like. But if you want me to do it, please comment below on the comment below, so that I can be motivated. Okay, let me start implementing this is just my class declaration, simple as it is. So the implementation, I'll just come here, run some here, and I click on this symbol here and do create definition student CPP, and it's gonna take me to the CPP. So I don't need this first line. What I'll need, I'll need ID, which I will equate it to maybe 0 default value, and I'll need name. This is my private. I'm accessing the private members name, that will be default. It's gonna be an just an empty string. Course default is gonna be an empty string. So yeah, there, I'm done implementing default constructor. Let me go to overloaded constructors. So I don't need this part, so I'm just gonna come and copy here, come and paste here. Instead of make it to the default value, I'll make it equal to the idle the parameter here, so that whenever someone is passing something to the object of type student, and his first, or the person first parameter gonna be the ID. Okay, then it's gonna be Nemor, yeah, and then it's gonna be course. Oh, okay, good, done implementing my default constructor. Then overloaded constructor. Then I'm going to implement my display constructor. What will I be doing here? I'll be displaying, it's just console write line. So how do we display? We call a console class, call console class will link it to write line or write. But write line is good because it's telling the compiler, please write this and go to the following line. And what will I be writing? I'll be writing maybe IDE. Let me do it in one line. IDE on the first index. Good. Name on the second index. Good. Or calls the third index. Calls on the third index. Good. And then I get my indexes. So I'll be getting ID from the private. Can you see the private member? And we'll be having name from the private member, and I'll be having calls, the one with the log goes from the private member, and then I'm done implementing my class. Pretty simple. Yeah, good. What's the following? The following part is for me to display whatever I was doing. Okay, currently, obviously, my things is gonna be still empty because my main CPP, which is student manager CLI .cpp is still empty. So yeah, still empty. Good. Let me go and display whatever I want to display. Okay, because I'll be using a list dynamic array, so I'll need to include namespace calling the collection class with generic. Okay, so what I'll do, just copy this whole line and then paste it here, and then I'll link it to collections, and then I'll link it to generic. Then from there I'll be able of calling my my list, my dynamic array. Okay, just want to display first. I initialize or declare. Let me declare my dynamic array. So it's an array that will be of type student, array of type student. So remember, it's an array. Student is an object and this is an array. Both of them have current handler, and then it's gonna be called student. But still it's crying. Why is it crying? Because we didn't include the header of our class, which is student.age. Once we do that, it's gonna stop crying. Good. So students will be just garbage collection here. I'm just declaring a dynamic array. So a dynamic array, which means I don't need to specify the length. Okay, good, which is very good and important. Yeah, and this dynamic array is of type student. So you can do a dynamic array of type integer, dynamic array of type string. You get double, something like that. So yeah, the logic here, I want, for example, I want someone to enter a number that's gonna be the choice of the person. so that maybe I can add a student or display a student or search a student. Let's say number one gonna be adding a student, number two displaying a student, number three search student, then zero. Let's make it zero exit. Yeah. So which means I'll be using a switch statement to do that, to get the number and then perform the code of the block code of that number. Okay, good. Which means I'll be calling an integer called choice. I'll just declaring it. So which is good. So the logic, I can do while statement, or I can use a do while statement. Do while. There's no anywhere do while. Do while. Okay, good. So I don't need this. Okay, good. I don't need this. So it's gonna be just do while statement. Amazing. So what do while does is just execute do this block code, and you check the condition. Is the condition true? Then keep on doing the block code. If the condition false, then it exit the block code of do. So I just console close right line. Okay, good. Amazing. Yeah, what I'll be displaying something. Okay, hope you guys you know this called new line, right? Yeah, it's called new line. So I'll be like student manager. So it's like I'm just displaying 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I believe this is 8 and this is 8. Good. Then I'm just displaying the title. Okay, what else I need? I need to then tell add a student maybe. So console to give it like to display the choices. Yeah, console right line. This is the first choice. Okay, copy. This number one is gonna be number one, number two, number three, and exit. Okay, good. Here number one is gonna be 1 is for add student. Okay, let me make it like professional. Add student. Right. Good. Number two is gonna be forward. If you remember, comment below the session. It's gonna be display student. Display student. Good. Okay, number three, if you still remember, what is it? It's search. Basic search. It's just a basic search. Search student. Okay, we just search one student. Here we just display many students. Here we just add a student. Okay, good. And then we see exit gonna be 0, obviously. 0 exit. Good. just gonna tell them the user to enter the choice. Yeah, enter the choice. Yeah, simple like that. Enter the choice of your choice. Enter the choice is good. Then I'll be reading the line. But remember, the line that I'll be reading, it's gonna be an integer, because it's gonna be, we're gonna store it inside choice. So I could have said console read line. That's called read line object, and I'm done. But I can't do that because this read line object will be given a string. Reason why you see it's crying, you are initializing a word, and you are giving a string to an integer, which can't be done. You're giving a string to an integer, which can't be done. So what I need to do, just need to convert straight by getting it. So I call convert class to do the work to int 32. Okay, and then I pass the string. Yeah, then from there it's gonna stop crying. Good. Once we get it, it's gonna be cool. But let's test. Let us test. Yeah, to see if we will be able of getting it, and try to display it. Let's test and see. Okay, I'll like choice. Good. Let us test. Amazing. Okay, good. Student manager, add a student, display student, switch student. Okay, 1 is for adding. Gonna display 1. If I do 2, so we are able of getting the data. Right? If I display 3, able of getting the data, so which is pretty good. If I display 0 and display 0 too, you can see this is the one I entered, this is the one that is displayed, which is pretty good. So yeah, now let's go to our logic of the switch statement. Logic or switch statement. Okay, switch will be getting choice, because we have the choice, so we'll be putting choice. Whenever we get a choice there, what is supposed to be case 1. What's happening? Good. Okay, case 1, it's for displaying, for adding a student. Yeah, so we'll be adding a student in case 1. Okay, what I'll do, okay, I'll just choice ID, what else, we'll be getting a string, because we'll be whenever we enter student data, it's gonna be ID, name, and course. So I'll be having a string. Always remember an handler called name, and then course also. It's a string handler called course. Good, because this object is getting 3 things: ID, name, and course. Reason why I'm doing that, and then I'll be telling the user, then enter ID. So it's gonna be console for me to tell the user must display something. Right line. I'll be telling the user enter ID. Enter ID. ID. Good. Then I'll be reading the ID now. Right. So I'll call my ID. I'll equate it. Our ID is an integer, so I would have go straight like console read line. But this can be a mistake. You see, it's crying. It's crying. So we can't do that. We need to convert, because it's like we are telling the integer to receive a string, which is impossible. You can't do that on this language. But other languages like Python, JavaScript, there is a way of just how can I say, casting straight like that. Yeah, so I'll call the convert class, tell it is to integer, because its ID is the integer. Then from there it's gonna stop crying, because I just tell the compiler stop crying. Okay, there I'm just sorry. Okay, I just want to command there. Getting ID. Okay. Getting what name. So I'll be like console. Right line. Good. But telling enter name. Enter name. And then what I'll do, I'll call the name and I equate it to the read line console read line. So it's a string to string, so it's cool. It's not gonna complain like, what's happening? Getting calls. It's gonna be the same. Let me just copy this, cause it's gonna be the same. It's string to string, so I'll be like enter calls. So this will be calls. Good. So I've already I have my calls. Okay, how will I send the data to my class, to the object? Alright, to my class. Let me see that. Alright, so what I'll do, I'll just call what our object store data to the object of type student. Okay, good. Which gonna be this is student. It's student, and we link it to add function. It's a built-in object that allows us to add data inside the object, and we're gonna call the garbage collector new y for populating the student class. Okay, so it's gonna be student. Good. And then from there, what we do, then we pass the value ID, name, course. Okay, so this this line is just this line is just calling the overloaded construct. Yeah, which is pretty amazing, for real. It's pretty amazing. And then from there, I'm done putting the whatever data that I have, and then I can just tell the user console right line, right line, console right line, student added. You have added a student. You have added a student, and then case 1 is done. It was for adding, so I must break it because I'm done. I must break it. So a good practice, you can just put a block code here. You create a curly braces, and then you do your stuff. Okay, now I'll go to case 2. Case 2. Okay. Okay, why is it? Okay, let me just break it. Let me break case 2. Why is it like this? Supposed to be this color. Yeah, maybe because it's a lot of lines. So let me just make a code block and then do what? And good. Stop crying. Yeah, which is amazing. So okay, good. Or we can try to case 2. It's okay. Let me just go to case 3. Case 3. Then I'll be break, and then which we have case 1, case 2, case 1, case 2, case 3, and case 0. Yeah, so let's go also write case 0, then we break it. Good. Just in case, there's no need of spaces, so it's cool. Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm done with case 1, so I'll go to case 2. What is case 2? Case 2 is saying display students, so I'll be getting data from the the object of type student, and then display it. Simple as that. How to display it? I have an object called display. I have an object, it's a member of this class called display, so I'm good. I'll just call the object and it's gonna display. Alright, so case 2 going to be a lot of lines, so I'll be like Control X, then create curly braces, and then do this. Do this. Okay, good, amazing, good. So what I'll be doing, I'll be like, I'm displaying, it's gonna be student list. Okay, console right line. Okay, console right line. I'll be student list. Okay, we both know that this is new line, so yeah, it's gonna be student list. Good. 1 2 3. All right, and then I'll be like, I'm displaying. Okay, I'll be checking the length just for control. I can just do like display straight. I can just display straight and come here and just call a for loop. Just call a for loop. Then a for loop will be receiving a variable of type uh, type student, which gonna be called student t inside what? Inside our object called students. So object called students. Inside our object, our array of objects called students. Good. So why am I losing a for loop? Because it's an array. This dude here, it's an array. So yeah, and then I can just call the student t. What the heck? Okay, good. What's the language? Student t, and I link it to display. I link it to display method, and I'm done displaying, and I break it. Let's try first. Let's debug our code and see if it's wow, it's good. Okay, let's debug our code and see if it's good. Okay, let's first one add a student. I'll be like ID is gonna be 13 digit 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3. Good. Something's wrong somewhere. Yeah, I got whatever. Okay. I did what? Okay, let me just do read. Right, because I'm reading the line. So let me just write everywhere. Right line. Right line. Okay, good. Good. Let me run again the code. Stop it. Okay, good. Let me run again the code. Be like, enter the choice. Damn it. The problem is it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't at all my problems. Z. Good. Problem, it wasn't my things. It's just that I didn't read. I don't know why I didn't read my code. It says enter the choice. This shows that I'm tired, dude. Tired. 3 p.m. You're tired at 3 p.m. Okay, my choice is gonna be 1, and I'll be entering the ID 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3. Alright, that's the ID. What the heck? Still. Okay. Is it if the issue is here, then the issue will be everywhere. Issue will be here. The issue gonna be everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna run the code again and see what is happening again. Okay, debugging my code. Choice is gonna be 1, ID 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3. Good. Still, it says exception unhandled. Yeah, it's not safe. Okay, to do that, value was either too large. Oh yeah, it's in 32 the value was too large. So what can I do? The problem of not reading there, it's me that I'll just reduce or whatever. The ID gonna be 32.5 what? The ID inside the name is gonna be year course CSE. Good. You have added a student, so my choice is gonna be 2 for displaying. Good. Enter the choice 2. It says student list, ID, name, year, course. So which is pretty good. We are on the right line. So cause we can't be closing the code with canceling it. So let's implement case 0, right, for exit. Case 0 is gonna just be we are exiting. It's gonna be console telling the user that we are exiting. So exiting, yeah, exiting, and then break. Simple as that. Just simple as that. Yeah, let me try to run, and the default will be invalid choice. Yeah, invalid choice. Okay. Oh god, I'm tired. Invalid choice. Good. Let me just run to just take care of case 0. Just do 0, saying exiting, but it's not exiting. Still say exiting, but it's not exiting. It's not closing the thingy. The exit. It's not closing the exit. Why? Because our while statement is still true. So it's gonna be, to avoid us to be true, it's gonna be choice must not be equal to 0. And once is equal to 0, please exit. Once is equal to 0, please exit. So yeah, let's run our code and see what it's gonna give us. We're just trying to test. Okay, 0, exiting, and my code just exists. Exit. Okay, good. So let's go to our case 2. Oh, our case 2 is displaying, but I don't like the way it is, cause what if the student is empty? What if the student is empty? Let me, for this case, it's gonna display the default constructor. What if I do 2? Because now currently, yeah, you see, student list, it's nothing. It's just displaying nothing. We need to display there something when something is something there. What I didn't put a choice, so reason why it's crying, so it's okay. So on case 2, I'm not just gonna go and do like display I must check first. If our array is not empty. Yeah. So if student is our array, when we link it to count, so it's gonna give us a value. If it's give us a value of 0, which means our array, there is nothing there. So what we just need to console say, oh, there is nothing on our array. Console right line console write line. There is nothing on our array. No student found. Yeah, just say no student found. No student found. Okay, all of us we know else. All of us we know one way thing. So yeah, no student found. Okay, let me do an else. Control Z. Okay. Else, if a student is found, please do this. Display them. Display the student found, or display everything that is inside student. That case 2. So we did case 2 in 2 ways, where we checked where we just display straight, and we did case 2 where we just check if it's empty or what. You might say, oh man, why are you lying, man? But I'm not lying. Let me just do what to demonstrate. Or 2 is display, right? It just display no student found. Damn it, I didn't write found. Okay, let me exit. Good, no student found. It's D. Amazing. Okay, let's go to case 3. Case 3. Case 3. Control X. Control X. Good. Amazing. Case 3. What are we doing on case 3? We are searching. So we need a search holder. A search holder. So it's gonna be a string to hold whatever the users passed through to search. So it's gonna be a string. Don't forget handler, which we'll be calling search name. Just gonna be a string to hold, and then we're gonna just tell enter the name to search. Console. Right. So it'll be like enter the name to search. Tell the name to search, which is pretty good. Yeah. And I'll be getting the name, reading the line, so that I can be able of getting search name, console get line, console read line. Good. So I'll be getting, it's a string, so it's not gonna cry. So I'm getting, after getting it, and then I'll just search. So for me to search, must have something like that will be telling me, yeah, this is where you get it. Maybe an index or maybe something, but let me create a bool that will be telling me where I got the things, right? And why am I using a bool? So that I can, outside the for loop, after searching and true is found here, and outside the for loop I say if where it's true, where it has been found, then display student has been found here on a specific place. And if it's not found, then just alert it's not found, something like that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to do that. The logic. So I'll need a bool here. I need bools called found, and I'll make it false defaultly. And then from there I'll just start searching for each statement. So remember, we're still dealing with an array of type student. So we're gonna get inside what study study no stud inside what inside our students array, inside our students, and then we are searching it. So for us to search, we must equate if they're entered, if the search name is equal to the whatever found, then it's found. I don't know if you get it. Okay. What I'll be doing, I'll do a shortcut of equating. Shortcut of equating. Shortcut of what? Of this. Good. Which is gonna be stud, and I'll link it to property name, and I'll link it to equals object. So if study okay, if the name it's found somewhere there, then do this. All right, something like that. Yeah. Okay, I'll pass search name here. What? Pass search name. Search name. Yeah, it's crying because of this. Of this comment thing that I did. Okay, why is it crying? Okay, study. I link it to name. Why is it crying? Okay, let me try. Study will also have a name. All right. Yeah. Also have name, so I don't know why it's crying. Okay. Oh, it's crying. I don't know why it's crying. Maybe link it to equals. Why is it crying? Why is it crying? Why is it crying? I'll pass search name here. Why is it crying? Normally study will be having 3 things. Oh, we'll be having one thing. It's an object, so we'll be having 3 things. Why is it crying? Okay, let's just ignore this and see if study. Okay, let me just see stud, link it. Yeah, it's supposed not to cry. Supposed not to cry. Why is it crying? I Okay. Maybe I should have implemented gaiters and yeah to allow that. Yeah, to allow that. Okay, good. But still, name, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. Why are you crying? Let's first implement the idea. Okay, if study link it to name, you link it to equals to, it's gonna compare search name, and then it's gonna tell it what student found. Console right line, it's gonna say your student found, student found. Yep, the student is found. Then what are we gonna do? Just gonna display study stud link it to display, link it to display student found, and then the boolean found is gonna be equal to true. Okay, yeah, but it's still crying. Still a system string name member student name declared at line 8 is inaccessible. It's not the one that I'm getting here. Okay, it's not the one I'm getting here. Let me add an N for new. Then it's gonna be N here, N here, N here, N here, N here, for avoiding conflict. Obviously, it's supposed to be conflict now. Now it's gonna say what? No, I no longer have that anymore. Declared line 8. Line 8. Yes, line 8. I've got no name. Inaccessible. Student.h. Student.h line 8 is inaccessible. Why? Why is it inaccessible? Okay, I'm thinking of creating a getter. Why is it inaccessible? For which reason? For which reason is inaccessible? Okay, good. Let me try to create a getter. setter. Okay, 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 okay. What is it gonna be? Setter is a void set ID. Void set name. The void set set course, but they are void that has got parameters. So string course. Good. String name. It's gonna be int. It's gonna be ID. Good. Then I go and implement it. Okay, good. Good. I don't need this. So I'll be like ID will be equal to the ID that is here. Amazing. So this one also name will be equal to name that is there. So it's gonna be name will be equal to name that is there, which is good. And what cost will be equal to cost that is there. Okay, good. Cost will be equal to cost cost that is there. Okay, good. Cost belong from them. Okay, to avoid problem here, I can just do this and link ID these to show you that these are private members. Okay, good. Amazing. Even here, you can just do this for good practice. Good practice. For good practice. Good. Even here, good practice. For good practice. But still, even if you don't do that, the compiler gonna see what you meant. Okay, those are setters. I'm going to gators. Gators is gonna be an int gate ID. Good. Gonna be a string. Gate what? Gate name. Good. Then gonna be string. Get course. So yep. Okay, good. Just implement it. Okay, good. Retain. Returning this ID. Good. I'll be returning to string. Return statement here. Okay, I'll be like return what name or this link to name. Good. And here course. Good. Yeah, will I be still having an error of saying name not? Oh, not found. Not accessible. For which reason? For which reason? Okay. For which reason? Okay, okay, okay. What can I do? Alright. Can just call a string called. Let me see if this gonna work. String called holder. That will be equal to stud. Link it to name. Still crying. For which reason? Okay. Okay, for which reason? Get course. Okay, okay, good. What I'll be doing is to link it to get name. Is it still crying? And then just do holder. Let me see if it's gonna work. Yeah, just trying to see if it's gonna work. Just trying to see if it's gonna work. Okay, yes guys. Okay, true. It's been found. Alright, and if it's been found, I'm going to outside the for loop. I said if it's not found, then what can we do? If it's not found, what can we do? If it's not found, what can you do? Still not found. That's it. Console. Okay. Right line. Okay, good. Sorry, still not found. Not found. Sorry, still not found. Then I just break. Let's check if it's gonna work. It's gonna work. If it's gonna work, I'll just enter to student, right? Add a student. Okay, it's gonna be course CSE. Good. And then enter the choice. I'll enter the second one, which gonna be Ngwenya course CSE. Then what I'll do, I'll go to 3, yes, 2, to check if really enter choice is 2 is displaying Il and Ngwenya, right? Now we are going to 3 to search, enter the name to search. So I'll be like Il. Okay, Il is God. What if I said 3? Enter the name to search. I said Kanyapi. It's gonna be sorry, student not found, which means my code is working properly. Okay, just exit. Yeah. So hope you guys were checking and seeing the error that I got, how I've been solving the things, and yeah, it was really pretty amazing, right? Yeah, it was pretty amazing. So, what did you learn? You learned the manage object creation. Yeah, when I say the manage object creation is the garbage collector new. You learned where to use it. So we use these on objects, on arrays, on class, ref classes. Yeah, so we used it here because it's an, how can I say, dynamic array. Okay, I call it dynamic because I didn't pass length, so let's keep on going, right? Okay, good. Where else did I use it again? Where else did I use it again? Garbage collector, where are you? I know I used you twice. Yeah, when I was passing the value. Good. When I was using the add object, I used it again. Why? Because still an object of array. It's an object of array. Still, I'm adding an object. I'm populating an object of arrays. So yeah, which is pretty good. So guys, you see how easy it is. Just, yeah, to display is easy, to search very easy. The normal part is the important part is just here. I'm searching here, checking if the search name is really the name inside the object. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, guys, easy as that. So handlers, I've been emphasizing on handlers. Strings has got handlers, arrays has got handlers, string got a handler. Don't forget array handler. What is our dynamic array? The handler of the dynamic array, the handler of the object. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are getting it. And the .NET list, which are dynamic array, you now know how to declare it. Yeah, and for populating it, you just use a for loop to populate it. Simple as that, because it's just an array, guys. And for each, how to use for each loop. I used it for each loop, just for iterating on inside an array. Yeah, string comparison. Yeah, string comparison. I would have said if sage is equal to this, then said student found, but I just said if this is returning a bool value of true, then the student is found. Simple as that. Yeah, instead of calling a lot of things inside. But yeah, you do it the way you feel like it can be done. Yeah. So let's hope whatever date is gonna be good for you, and also how can I say, important. Okay. See you on the next session. Bye.